You will never quantum leap until you understand this. What I am about to explain to you in this video, I am Beyond Taylor, and I am here to help you go beyond your self-imposed limitations. So I know that you keep hearing about quantum leaping and you love all the videos talking about it, and you feel that you are on the cusp of a quantum leap. And all a quantum leap is progressing very quickly from point A to point B. That's it. So traditionally, when we think about progression, we think about like the school systems, we think about like a job, we think about very traditional paths where it's like you do this and then you get promoted or you move on to the next level. Then you got to work really hard there. You got to impress somebody. You got to kiss some ass. You got to do whatever it takes. And then you go to the next level, right? And it's like all these steps. And that's just like traditionally how it's seen to like move up in life. And before you know it, you're 50 years old and you are able to go on that vacation you've always dreamed of. And you may be in a lot of debt, but at least you got grandkids. And I don't know. It's just this idea of like, this is the way life is supposed to be lived, and this is the way you move through the experience. A quantum leap is F all of that. I'm going to claim what I want now, right? This is you saying that. You're going to claim what you want now, and you're not waiting 50 years in order to get it. You're collapsing all the rules and ideologies around what success looks like. You're just claiming it, and then it meets you, and it happens in a very rapid way. That is all a quantum leap is. Like, take out the airy fairy quantum leap, you know. I mean, yes, I love the airy fairy, but if you take it out in very simple terms, it's just getting to your goal quickly. Okay? Very quickly. So I know you want that. I know you are not that patient, and that's okay. Like, before I saw, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm not a patient person. Like, it's that must mean something's wrong with me. And in some hand it can be, right? If you're really needing something to validate you or to like give you a sense of worth, that's when it's wrong. But if it's more so like, I want to see how quickly I can do this because I know my power, that's different. And that's where you are right now. You're like, I know what's possible. I know what I'm capable of. I want to see it happen. So that is what you are capable of doing. That is what we're going to do. And that's, I'm going to talk about in this video, what's preventing you from doing that. Because I feel like I know you, right? So let's talk about 3 things that's preventing you from quantum leaping, or you won't be able to quantum leap until you understand these 3 things. So first things first is that you have to collapse the time and the distance between you and your desire. Like I said, the traditional path is, you know, you got to be in a position for so long, or even with school, you know, we in school for this 9 months, and then we go to the next level. Then we got to be there for 9 months, and then we go to the next level, or a year, right? But it's like a 9-month school year. But it's like this linear, slow moving progression line. Quantum leap is like you in kindergarten and you are deciding that you're a freshman in college. And to other people, it's going to be like, what in the world happened? How are you so lucky? Like, let me know your secrets. When all you did was decide and collapse the seeming distance between you and your desire. Collapse the time between you and your desire. And the way that you collapse the time is by claiming it now. Because all of creation is finished. There is nothing to create. It's all here and now. It just exists as potentiality. All of reality is a potentiality. Think about, you ever seen those videos where they'll say like, listen to this song. It's like a psychology experiment or whatever. They'll say like, listen to this sound. And it sounds like a bunch of gibberish. It's like, wah, 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 wah. And then they say, it said the couch is yellow. And they'll like, listen. And then they'll play the sound again. And then all of a sudden, before you heard, wah, 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 wah. And then all of a sudden it's like, the couch is yellow. What? How does that work? Because the brain was conditioned to hear that. It took this jumbled nonsense and made a form. That's what you're doing all the time. What you are existing in is a field of potentiality, a field of womp, 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 but your conditioning makes you see patterns and shapes and everything you've just been conditioned to see, right? You look at something and you go, triangle. That's not a triangle. It's just infinite potentiality. But because you've been programmed to see it that way, that's now what pops out to you. If you've been programmed to see scarcity, even though abundance is all around you, when you look out, you don't see that. You see the scarcity. So the way to collapse in quantum leap is by seeing seeing abundance now. How do you see abundant? You feel abundant now. You feel as if you have the goal now. So you want to be a full-time, you want to get paid to be yourself, period. You want to get paid to be yourself. You want to live an abundant life, whatever that looks like for you, a lavish life. That you don't have to worry about your needs, your wants. You can support the people you truly love. You can travel freely. This is the life that you want to live. But you may be thinking to yourself, well, I don't know how to feel as if I have that because I never had it. Well, what is the feeling that's associated with the things that you want? So what is the feeling that's associated with being paid to exist, with getting paid to exist? Does it feel like freedom? Does it feel like expansion? Does it feel like peace? Does it feel like wholeness? You know what these things feel like. And I always ask, in case you may say like, I don't remember, or I really don't know, or how do I know if I'm doing this right? Go to a time when you did feel that way. So go to a memory of when you felt the most free, or not even the most free, just like the time you felt freedom. Go to that memory and ignite that feeling and practice doing that over and over and over again. And practice doing that in the face of your circumstances, regardless of what your circumstances are. Can you ignite the feeling of freedom? Can you ignite the feeling of expansion? Can you ignite the feeling of peace? Then you are abundant. Then you are in possession of your desired reality. And now that you are in possession of that vibrationally, right? You are seeing the infinite potentiality where it was saying, womp, womp, scarcity, womp, womp, there's not enough. Now, because you are feeling as if you already have it, it's like, womp, womp, there's more than enough. Womp, womp, here you go. Womp, womp, it all works out for you. Because you've just reconditioned your perspective. So that is how you're going to collapse the timeline. A lot of people get collapsed in a timeline with, that means I'm going to have the physical representation of my desire tomorrow. That, if that is still what you're looking for, then you're still in the vibration of being separate from it. You don't need to worry about where it is when you feel as if you already have it. The idea that you don't have it is simply an idea. That is why it's important to also go to the self, to the I am, to the beingness, to the awareness, the observer, all the words, consciousness. Go to that state where you're simply observing the experience and noticing any thought of, I don't have, where is it? It's not here yet. Why is it taking so long? I've been doing this work for so long. That's just a thought. And now that thought is shaping the womp, womp, womp into that. When you could just see it as a thought, it's going to be like a cloud in the sky. It's going to go away. Because you are the sky as the observer. And all your thoughts, sensations, and perceptions are the clouds. They come and they go. You know this. Not through knowledge, through experience. When you go directly to your experience, you know that you are the one that's aware of changes, but you yourself, as the observer, you are stable, centered. You do not change. So don't attach yourself to a thought of it's not here when you know it's going to go away. Let it come, let it go. When the next thought comes up, or use choice to choose a thought that says it's here now. Or if that doesn't feel, and honestly, it's not about feeling comfortable. Like, allow yourself to be delusional, allow yourself to be crazy, because like I said, it's just a bunch of womp womp womp, chaotic energy. It's the conditioning, that is giving it form, direction, shape. Okay? So that is how you're going to collapse it, is giving it to yourself now through the form of feeling as if you already have it now, not needing your circumstances to reveal to you that you are someone who gets paid to exist, that you are someone who gets to live a lavish life by being creative. People love how creative you are. People love your mind. They love your unique perspective. You don't need anybody to validate that for you in order to feel that way now. How does it feel to be acknowledged? How does it feel to be seen? How does it feel to do that? And this is what's going to go into the second thing that's keeping you from quantum leaping. Because when I say, how does it feel to be seen? How does it feel to be acknowledged? How does it feel to have more than enough? Maybe you are thinking like, oh yeah, it feels good. But you are still very analytical. You are so self-aware. And I love that for you. You could tell me everything about your problems. You can tell me everything about what you got going on. You could tell me why you are the way you are. You think too much. Again, so identify with that voice in your head. How does it feel? So the second part of this is not being grounded in the body, not having a great coherent relationship with the body. That's what's going to prevent you from quantum leaping. Because I know you work on your mindset. I know you've done so much work. You have so much knowledge. But when I say, how does it feel to be seen? How does it feel to be witnessed in that authentic way? You might say, oh, that's what I want. I want that. But your body's like, it's clenching. Your chest might get real tight. Your stomach get into knots. Your throat might feel real scratchy. Because the body is like, and the body's always going to win. Think about the weight of where you feel yourself located. A lot of people say, if I say like, where are you in the body? Let's just say that. Where are you in the body? A lot of people will say, I'm up here, because they're referring to their thoughts. But the densest part of them is what they're feeling. And you feel a lot in this region. So it's like, we got to get this part on board. And I made a video, it's my most popular video on my channel, about how to be safe in the body. But I'm realizing that it's not about safety. It's about being okay with discomfort. And I think I did talk about that. I haven't watched the video in a while, but I think I did talk about the fact of like being okay with discomfort. But this idea of safety is not like, oh, I'm just going to feel good all the time. I'm going to be like comfortable and okay. No, it's about being able to hold the duality of all your emotions. That is how you're going to quantum leap, is being able to hold it all. So that's going to involve stretching your capacity to receive. Not by saying, I shouldn't be feeling this clenchedness and I shouldn't be, caving in and sweating and going, now almost having a panic attack. Like, I should not be doing that. But can I hold that while also holding the feeling that I want? That is how you're going to quantum leap. And how do you do that? How do you hold the duality of the full spectrum of sensations that come with just being consciousness located in a human body? How do you go about that? Rest as the I am. This is always going to be the solution. If you watch any of my videos, it's always going to be rest as the I am. Remember who you are. Don't get so entangled with the thoughts. Don't get entangled with the sensations. Because what you do is you will have a sensation appear, and then you go into the story about it, which is just habitual. Oh, there's resistance because, when I was in third grade, I had to give a talent show and I messed up and everybody laughed at me. And that's where this resistance is coming from. So then you just keep that story alive, because then you can justify and validate it. It's like, yeah, because that sucked, and that's why I am the way that I am. Or that's one path, and that's a path you've been doing for a very long time. Is when the sensation comes, so does the familiar story, and so does your attention follow that familiar story. What you could do, I'm inviting you into another option, is to just let the sensation be. And if the story comes, don't get entangled in it. Just witness it. Witness it. You are the sky. It is a cloud. Because now you are expanding your capacity to hold it. Now you're no longer, when the clenching comes, you meet your threshold. That's it. Now when the clenching comes, instead of clenching with it, you expand. You expand. Just like with working out, right? We got to break it down to build it up. You are being broken down because that's just the flow of life. It ebbs and flows. It expands and contracts. You inhale and exhale. That's just the flow of life. Can you allow that flow to just be without the story that goes along, or without getting tangled in the story that goes along with it? And another way to, outside of the life philosophy, but a actual way to expand your capacity to receive, expand what your body can hold when it comes to the visibility, the abundance, the life that you are calling in, is by doing the beyond self. I call it the system. I've been calling it the system for a while, but I think about it more as a ritual. So by doing the beyond self ritual, what it is, and it's an acronym, because I feel like every time I try to explain it, I'm like, this is what you do, this is what you do. An acronym is the best way to explain what the beyond self ritual is. Make sure you have a pen and a paper. Okay, because I want you to write this down and I want you to practice this. And also join the Confident Creator. It's a free community where you'll have free resources, and then this will also be broken down in an even more in-depth way. And for June, every month I have a theme. This month it is, well, I guess I'm posting this before. We'll see when I post this, but the month of June is Quantum Jumping June. So aligned. So aligned. So if you want to be surrounded by like-minded individuals who are getting paid to exist and collapsing time between them and their desires, then join the free community. Get in the Telegram, because that is where I'm going to be dropping gems. That is where you can ask me direct questions, feedback about the Beyond Self Ritual, how to practice it, anything that you're coming up against. You have me in your back pocket for nothing. Why? Because I really want you to get results, not just watch videos, not just consume content, not just go through the movements, but to become an embodied creator. I want you to get results. And I know this stuff works. So if I can help as many of you as possible, then I've done my job. So it's free. Join the community. Now let's talk about what the Beyond Self Ritual involves and how it's going to allow you to expand your nervous system to be able to hold everything that you are calling in. Not so you can be comfortable, but so that you can hold the discomfort without shaming it or telling it has to leave, but just being able to see that it's just the flow of life. So Beyond Self System, the B is for breath. So when you notice the resistance in the body, when you go out to earn the abundance that you are calling in, when you go out to put yourself out there, be vulnerable, build the community, whatever it is that you're doing, and when you are embodying that ideal version of yourself, and like by taking that action, because action is important, but when you are being met with resistance, like something really doesn't want to take the action, this is what you're going to do, is the Beyond Self Ritual. So the B stands for breath. To start with, there's resistance, let me go to the breath. I'm going to take 3 to 4 deep belly inhales. Exhale. Inhale up to the chest. Exhale. 3 to 4 of those, or 3 to 5. I don't know, 4. 3 to 5 of those. You start there, And then you're going to examine what's coming up. There's resistance, and just examine it again without going to the story about what it means. Just notice there's some discomfort, there's some resistance, there's some thoughts. It's a lot going on right now, but just allow yourself to fully examine it. Then you're going to yield to the body. Y is for yield. Yield to what the body wants in this moment. And if there's resistance, then ask yourself, what is the feeling of the resistance? Is the feeling fear? Is the feeling discomfort? Is the feeling anger? Like, what exactly is the feeling behind this me not wanting to do what my ideal self is doing, what my ideal self is nudging me to do? Our ideal self is always sending us the signals. It's just about us remaining open. So, can you yield to the body and communicate with the body? Be able to learn. The body is there's so much wisdom in the body. I got in my DNA. I think about that Kendrick song. Like, our DNA, what we are composed of is just like hundreds and thousands of years of wisdom. So when we can yield and listen to the body, it is going to tell us exactly what's going on. All we have to do is like name it. And when we can name it, then we can release it. And you're so self-aware, so you already know, but it's still so analytical. I want you to feel too. So like, this is the practice of fielding, of yielding to the body. And then observe. Go back to just observing. You are what this is appearing in. You are not the sensation. You are not the story about it. You are not even the feeling. Just observe that you, as the observer, is not affected by any of it. Even the work. It's just all happening within you. This allows for healthy detachment. This also allows for the neutralization of it. In that moment, to neutralize it. By seeing that you're simply the observer. But you were able to name it, which is really cool. N is for nurture. Now you're going to nurture the whatever the emotion was that called out to you. How are you going to nurture it? Move the body. If you got to tap, if you got to hug yourself, do yoga if you have time, anything real quick. If you have time, then I would say go for a walk, do something longer that involves movement. But if you are crunched on time and you just want to take the action now, you know that you want to show up as your embodied, desired self version of yourself now, then something real quick, tap, sway, rock. It's a reason why we do this to kids, to soothe them. We're moving the energy around, not because it's wrong and it shouldn't be there, but mainly just to create space, to expand, right? We did the contraction by sitting with it, and now we're going to expand by moving it. And then D is drop into your desired reality. So this is the best part, because now it's like, okay, the thing that you're resisting doing, go to the end of what it looks like if it was done and what that implies. So let's say you're resisting putting out a new offer, or showcasing your work, or reaching out to someone who you know is going to be really beneficial to your career. What would it look like in the end if you reached out to that person? Go there. See the scene. Feel it. How would you feel if you were there? Would it feel like excitement, joy, ease, delight, whatever the feeling is, peace? Can you feel that now? Ignite that feeling. And if you have a hard time, like, I don't know, then again, go to a memory. Then you feel. From feeling, drop it, and then take, even if it's a small action, if it's like, no, actually not a small action, because I'm always trying to give you a leeway. No leeway. This is about taking big action if you want big results. So you do the work, you expand the nervous system's capacity to hold what you were calling in, and then you go take the action. And if you're like, it's still something there, it's not allowing me to do it, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And if it's just really like not this session, you're not able to do it, then I would say just take a small action. Maybe it's writing on the calendar, like tomorrow for sure I'm going to, even though I don't suggest that, I suggest just taking an action. But if it's just not happening, because I know how that is when it's like, it's just not happening, then write it on the calendar. Just take a small action step. Maybe it's something like, okay, maybe you don't call the person, but you go create a piece of work because you're a full-time creative, because you get paid to exist. Maybe you go buy something that you typically wouldn't because money comes to you all the time. I'm not saying be reckless, but just embody, take action, do the work. And the last thing that's going to prevent you from quantum leaping is not accepting that everything is perfect as it is now. This is the most difficult thing to accept when you are so identified with the voice in your head that sounds like you, I know, but it's not you, because it changes so much. How could it be you? You are what never changes. You are aware of change. So when you see that, you realize that it's only the voice telling you that it's not perfect as it is now. And if you feel like it's not perfect as it is now, then you're always going to think there's something for you to do in order to make it happen, not realizing that it's already done. It's perfect. It's unfolding as it should. It's a beautiful movie. It's unfolding for your enjoyment. Even if it doesn't feel good, it's not supposed to feel good. You did not come here to only feel good. You came here for the full spectrum. You came here to feel it all. It's just about learning how to channel the discomfort in a way that suits you. Because maybe you say, oh, I don't like the feeling of like, what if I put myself out there and I get rejected? I don't like that feeling of rejected. But you consistently reject yourself. So you are allowing yourself to feel it. You're just not channeling it correctly. Just channel it in a way that's going to align with your ideal self. Your ideal self is experiencing all the emotions that you feel like you shouldn't be. Your ideal self is experiencing all the situation may be different for the emotion, but it's the same, like she's experiencing the same triggered emotions that you're experiencing. Those emotions aren't going to go away. She just has the space for them because she doesn't say, you shouldn't be here, because she knows that it's all perfect. So start to see everything through God's eyes. God is not like this is good and this is bad. I know you've been taught that. I know religion tries to like hone that in, but that's just not true. God is unconditional loving, all accepting, or it wouldn't be here. You've already said yes to the experience on some level, or it wouldn't be there. But then the conditioned mind rejects it. This should not be here. That is why you suffer, not from the experience itself, because it's perfect. You suffer because you're saying it should not be like this. It should be another way. I know, and this and this and this. That is why you suffer. When you start to see it all as perfect, your suffering will go away. And I mean it. You will no longer suffer. Will you experience pain? Absolutely. Will there be discomfort? Absolutely. But there will no longer be suffering. It'll just be able to pass. It comes and it goes. That is what's going to help you quantum leap. Because you're not going to get caught up in the old stories anymore. You get caught up in the old stories because you really believe them. When you start to see everything as perfect, the old stories can just be. You don't have to get caught up in them. You don't have to believe them. They can just flow. The more you allow things to flow, you go flow right into your desired reality, the materialization of it. Because as soon as you accept it, you have it. But the materialization is just going to require a consistent level of holding the new identity, holding the new perspective, and holding the duality. That's going to raise your frequency. It's going to make you a vibrational alignment to what you want. It's going to make you a magnet. All the things are just going to work out. So that's all I got. If you enjoyed this, then let me know down below. Join the community, go on the Telegram, tell me hi. And I'm excited to start Quantum Jumping June. We are about to have results that don't make sense. That's the point of quantum leaping, to have results that don't make sense. So see you guys next time. Bye.